Sometimes an ex just doesn't want to come back. They're done. Hey folks, Jim Miller here, helping you find and keep the love of your life. I would ask, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and smash the subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up if you like the content. Tick the bell icon so you're notified of new videos as I upload them. Anyway, today's topic is about an ex that doesn't want to come back. This comes from an email that I got from a 29-year-old man. I got this from one of my viewers. He was in a relationship for 2 years. Great relationship, was going well, and about 3 months ago it ended. She ended it. He wanted to get her back. They went through a period of no contact. They've communicated a little bit, and they finally met up, and she's just not interested. She has clearly moved on. She's not seeing somebody else. She just is not interested in a relationship right now. She's not going to give it a second chance. Now, unfortunately, there's no guarantees. Personally, I believe that most relationships, a lot of relationships deserve a second chance, or a third and a fourth and a fifth in some cases. I mean, I've seen that happen. I've seen it work out wonderfully after a while. People figure out who they are, they work on themselves, they build this rapport with each other. There are no guarantees, and I know there's a lot of ex-back gurus out there that say, hey, no contact for 31 days, and then send them a text, and 5 minutes later you're in bed with them, and it's all a whole lot better. There's so much more to it than that. There are no guarantees, and sometimes an ex will not come back, will not be interested. So what do you do when that happens? Well, now you have to really deal with a breakup. A lot of us have sat around and waited for the ex to come back. We've gone through the no contact. Maybe we've looked into some of these things. We've said, hey, if I wait long enough, this will happen. And it's not that this couldn't happen in a year or two from now. Sometimes timing is just wrong in a relationship, but it's not going to happen now. So you have to stop and you have to really deal with the relationship. You have to accept the fact that it is over. It is not coming back. Even if it does come back, it's going to be a different relationship. But you have to accept the fact that it's over, and you have to deal with the pain. There's a lot of ways to deal with the pain of a relationship. Some people go into drugs and alcohol or self-destructive behavior. They start sleeping with a bunch of other people. I don't recommend this. I recommend you take the time that you need to feel the feelings and to process them. I remember one time I was talking to a retired therapist friend of mine, and I had been through a rough breakup, and I was just kind of miserable. And I mean, I understand that pain. I really do. When you don't want to get off the couch, you don't want to get out of bed, you hit the snooze alarm 10 times so that you jump out of bed, jump in the shower, and rush off to work. I mean, I've been there. I've done it. You go to bed at 8 o'clock at night because you're sad. And that's what he told me. He said, right now, the only thing you can do is to be sad. That's the only thing you're capable of right now. I said, well, how long will I be sad? He goes, until you're not sad anymore. There's no magic chart. There's no, I've heard some people, well, you were in a relationship for 2 years, takes 3 months for it. No, there's no magic chart. It takes what it takes. I ended a 6-year relationship one time. It took me about a day and a half to get over it. I had a relationship end on me one time after 2 dates, and it took me months. So there's not a time frame involved here. It takes what it takes. It takes as long as it takes, So sort through the pain, work your way through the pain. There's a lot of people that recommend a bunch of distractions. Distractions are good every now and then, but not all the time. There's people that just bury themselves and they just go out and distract themselves until they don't think about it anymore. You've got to deal with these feelings because they will come back up. You're laying in bed alone at night, those feelings will come back up. Find some friends that you can talk to. And I've said this before and I'll say it again. Don't talk to anybody who will sit down long enough and listen to you. And the reason I say it is from personal experience. I did that. 25 people, I'm just blah, 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 complaining about this left and right. And unfortunately, everybody gives you different advice. And then you're more confused. What do I do? And you get to the point where you know what somebody's going to say. So if you're feeling a certain way, you'll go and talk to them because they'll point you in the direction you want to hear. And then if you don't want to hear it, you want to hear something else, you'll talk to that person because they'll point you. A couple of well-meaning, closed-mouth friends that will listen to you whine and bellyache just as long as it need to be. There's always those good-meaning people that are going to come in. Oh, come on, you got to get over it. It's time to get over it. By God, No, you've got to do what you've got to do. Don't let anybody shorten the process. They love you. They want to help you, but they're not you. So take the time that you need to heal. Eventually, you will have to pull yourself up. You will have to get up. You will have to go out and do some stuff. Find some things. Get back into the hobbies, the habits, the things that you like to do before you got into the relationship. Because we often get in a relationship, we lose ourselves. So find those things to do. You know, stay around people that love you. And realize love is love. I mean, it's not romantic love, but you know what? These are people that love me. There were people that supported me through my roughest times. And it wasn't a romantic thing, but it's love. My children have been great helps to me in some of these periods, you know. So you stick around the people that you need and just deal with it. You know, it won't last forever. You know, it's always darkest before the dawn. It's an old expression. It won't last forever. You'll have days where you feel incredibly strong. All of a sudden, hey, I feel really good today. You know, I haven't thought about her. I haven't thought about him for hours. You know, you'll have days, and then you'll have a couple of days like that, and you'll start feeling real good. And then all of a sudden, you'll wake up one morning and you'll just be miserable and you'll be crying again. You know, it takes what it takes to get over, but you can get over it. You will get over it. You know, you will find love again if you choose. You know, you may get to a point where you just don't want to do it anymore. And I know I have friends of mine that are like that. They've just decided at this point in their life they don't want another relationship. So I'm pulling for you. And if your ex is one that's not wanting to come back, you know, I'm sorry to hear that. It does happen. Somewhere along the line, you will realize that it's probably for the best. You don't see that now. You won't see that tomorrow. But one day you will. Anyway, folks, Jim Miller helping you find and keep the love of your life. Listen, there's some links in the description below. A couple of free ebooks that I give away about, you know, when your men pull away and getting your ex back and things like that. There's another link down there for a book called How to Be an Adult by David Richo. It's just an Amazon link. It takes you to Amazon. It's a great book. At 59 years old, I still read it once or twice a year. I pick it up probably every other month or every month just to read through a couple of paragraphs or a chapter or two. It's a quick and easy read, but it's really very good. It's helped me a lot, so I would recommend checking on that. There's also some links down there, some free videos to my #1 recommended XPAC program right now. So again, if there's something you want me to talk about, leave a comment in the section below. I'll answer all comments. If there's something more personal, leave a comment. I'll send you my personal email address, and you can send it to me that way. That's all confidential, and I will answer all emails and I'll answer all comments. So again, Jim Miller, have a great night. Bye.